Hi there, this is Andrew Bronski, putting together a screencast for OTF Connects, looking at the basic functionality in using Planboard. So here I'm in chalk.com at my dashboard, and I can see again all the apps I can access here, and I'm going to go here and jump into Planboard itself. And I'm just going to jump back a couple weeks. Calendar. So a few things for the basic functionality here. This is a daily view for your lesson planner within Planboard after you've got your subjects added in and created your semester. And so a few things just looking around here first. I can see the date I'm on at the top here in the center. I can see the calendar. If I want to jump ahead to somewhere, I can kind of do that quite easily here, looking ahead or looking back. You have a notepad off to the side here as well. That's kind of daily notes for yourself to take. You can also access the calendar from the right, and a relatively new feature they've added in here too is you can also add tasks for yourself and add tasks to check off and kind of like reminders for yourself for things you want to deal with at a later time. So I mentioned this is the daily view in your lesson planner. I can see the course subject I'm in here too, what time this class is running, and if I scroll down throughout the day here, I can see my lesson plans for the day and get a kind of quick overview of the day, where my courses are, the times they are. For different views here, as I mentioned, this is the daily view. If you look up to the top right here, you can see day. I can also jump into a weekly view. I'll have to admit this is where I kind of operate the most myself. So I can see, again, my subjects going across the time here. I can scroll down throughout the day here or look at individual lesson plans and kind of jump into one here as well too. So for example, if I want to jump into this lesson plan here, I can click on it and see what I've got going on for that day. Okay. You also have a monthly view within Planboard. So if I click on month here, and this is just really for a quick overview. I can kind of just see the titles and the color coding for each lesson plan if they're going. I can see my holidays in here as well too. And you might have noticed the due dates. If I jump back into the week view here very quickly, you can see the 4 assessments are due here for this 2P course. If you're using Markboard as well, which is a grade book essentially for chalk.com in the suite, you'll see those assessments pop up here too. They were created in Markboard, but you can see where they're popping up in here in Planboard as well. But we won't be speaking to that too much today too. I also want to mention there's a unit view and a unit planner tied to this as well. So if I click on my unit planner, and I can go over here and select a course, for example, say if I jump into my 2D English class, I can see all the lesson plans for that here, day by day throughout the calendar, what's going on each day. If I click on one, it's going to take me to that lesson plan. I can scroll through and see what I've got there, then hyperlinks to it out. I can also readjust here too. So I click on a day, for example, I can click and move them around in here. And if I do that in the space, it will actually move them back in my lesson planner as well too. So this is a quick, easy way to move your lesson plans around and kind of reorder yourself and look at your units that way too. If you click on units here, you can see the overall units you have, units for like how you map them out, how many lessons you're using, where they're being covered down, and kind of how you're spending your time throughout your semester as well, because I've got 99 lesson total here set for this semester. I'm going to jump back into my weekly view though, and I'll jump back here in time again. So looking in the space here, that's really the kind of navigation piece of using Planboard. If I jump into a specific lesson plan here, let's scroll down and jump to this 2D one here. Okay, so within this lesson plan, this is my editor, and I have a really great number of tools in here I can use. This is one of the reasons I really love using Planboard for my lesson planning. Being in the digital age we're now, looking at how much we use technology in our classrooms and the resources we're sharing with our students and kind of tracking it ourselves, I found this a really, really helpful tool for keeping myself organized. So in many ways, it's like a basic text editor as you're used to with, say, Google Docs or Microsoft Word. So you can see you've got bold, italics, underlines here, strike through. You can do ordered lists or numbered lists, increase your indent and things along those lines, but you also have a lot of multimedia functions here as well. So one case of that is in insert images. You can also embed insert videos. As you can see here, I've inserted a TED Talk. It's right into my lesson plan. If I'm using a data projector in my classroom or sharing this lesson plan with students or parents, you can play that video right from in here within the lesson plan. It's a really, really nice feature. You can insert tables within the lesson plan. And I would say another really key feature, and they kind of working in the web space now, is you can insert links in here too. I like to share my lesson plans. I post them online for my students and for parents in our community. And again, getting resources out, getting links out to them, this is a really, really nice feature to be able to do that. And you can see more across the board here. And again, you can see that space, like if I, for example, this TED Talk is from a blogger called Tim Urban, and I want my students to go and have a look at his blog after the fact. So I link that out right here. If I were to click this, it would take me right to their website. So it's a really nice feature as well. A few other options you have in here. If I click on the options button in the top right hand corner, I can copy this lesson. I can choose to move it to a different date. You can also shift forward or back, which is a really, really nice tool. Say, for example, you have an unexpected day off or spend far too much time on one lesson and you got to shift other things forward. Just by clicking this forward button, it will then take all the future lesson plans I've set up for this semester already and move them all forward a day based on the calendar and the schedule. It's a really nice tool. You also have the option to print your lesson plans if you'd like, or to export them as a PDF. And there is a sharing feature as well. So if I click the share button, you get a few options in here. We're going to talk about resources in a different space within this session, but you can create groups. You can see this, I've shared this with 3 other teachers in my department for my 2D group here within my school. You can tag it off. You can click on someone to email it to right away, or you can also click on get link and embed code. If I click this button here, what this does, it gives me a unique link to this lesson plan. So I can share that with anyone. If I'm going to be away, I can send that into a principal or VP, to the attendance secretary, to a supply teacher. I know who it's going to be for me. I can share this with students who've been away or parents if their son or daughter's missed class or wants to get up on a lesson plan. Or if you're running your own website, you can link it off there or also embed the lesson plan right onto your website. So I found this incredibly valuable. It is a great, great tool to have. Okay, so those are the options for sharing there. Other really great pieces of functionality here. You can see where here's add standards, and you can see these cover across the bottom. I've tagged off the Ontario curriculum that I'm using for this lesson plan. So if I hover over A1 here, for example, it says listening to understand, listen or to understand, respond appropriately in a variety of situations for a variety of purposes. That is there. Again, I can track that. I can see with that. It's also shared when I share with others. They can see what specific expectations we're covering down from the Ontario curriculum. If you're looking for how to do that, you add it in when you go and create your courses, and then it's just there for you. So if I want to find where those were, if I come down here and click on Add Standards, pops up here. I can see the unit I'm in. I see I've already have the Ontario Grade 10 Academic English curriculum here. If I click on it, I can see all 85 specific annotations in here. Added means I'm already added to this lesson. I have the option to go and add. I can scroll through here, add whatever I like, and I can see the tracking here for them. So that is a great, great feature. Planboard lessons also give you unlimited cloud storage, so you can come in here and click up upload files and add and attach whatever documents you like. So it might be an image, Word file, PDF, whatever you like there. And another really, really great tool is they have Google Drive integration. So if you click this button, it's going to ask you to sign in with your Google Drive account. It's going to ask for permissions to access and edit your files. And if you're comfortable with that and give them permission to, you can just click on this and search any file from Google Drive and add right to this lesson plan as well. And lastly, you also have the option within Planboard to create lesson templates. So if you have certain things you're using over and over again, so if you always start off, for example, with a learning goal and success criteria in your classes, you can have a basic template in here to set up and show those things for you. So there is a lot of great things you can do. I didn't even cover all of it down there, but I figured I'd stop at that point because I'm talking enough here too. That is the very, very basic functionality of using Planboard. All right, so I'm going to stop this video there. Thank you for listening.